Good morning, everyone. Today we are commemorating the 14th anniversary of OP Jindal Global University. And I am so pleased to welcome all of you to celebrate the University Day with us. I am delighted to welcome our guests of honor, Dr. Pankaj Mittal, Secretary General, Association of Indian Universities, and Dr. Shailendra Mehta, President and Director, Distinguished Professor, Innovation and Entrepreneurship, Mudra Institute of Communication, Ahmedabad. I am also delighted to welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor C. Rajkumar, and Honorable Registrar, Professor Dabiru Sridhar Patnaik. I also recognize the presence of Mr. Satish Balan, a 2004 batch IPS officer of Haryana Cadre and currently posted as Commissioner of Police, Sonipat, Haryana. Welcome. Also joining us today via simultaneous broadcast on YouTube are parents, students, and distinguished guests. A very warm welcome to all of you. Let us begin today's celebration with magnificent dance and music performances by the students of OP Jindal Global University. To mark this auspicious occasion, I invite Mahita Saikia from Jindal School of International Affairs, who will be performing a Kathak piece, a Ganesh Vandana. This performance is an invocation to Lord Ganesha, the Hindu god who depicts new beginnings. Let us welcome her with a big round of applause.
आज मृदंग बजा
Thank you, Mahita, for that beautiful performance. We will now have a Kuchipudi dance performance by Vaishnavi Chamarti from Jindal School of Environmental Studies, who will be performing a Jatiswaran, a pure dance piece choreographed by Dr. Raja and Radha Reddy. Let us give her a huge round of applause.
Janu tati, dan janu tati, imita janu dam, take it taka, take it taka tati, take it janu, take it janu tati, take it taka, take it taka tati, take it taka, take it taka, take it taka, take it taka, dimi taka, take it janu, tati get dum taka, take it janu, tati get dum taka, take it janu, tati get dum ditta, dibita, get taka talang, kutaka dibita, tati get dum ditta, dibita, get taka talang, kutaka dibita, tati get dum ditta, dibita, dibita, get taka ditta.
Society. Let us put our hands together for Tanvi Indukuri on the vocals, Madhuram Damani on the keyboard, Veer Nigam on the sitar, East Chawla on the guitar, Chanpreet Singh on the tabla, Navya Ahuja on the vocals, Prajwal Sehgal on the Cajun, and Hunar Arora on the vocals.
मुझको रंग दे सोने सोने रंग
लो सजरा सवेरा मेरे तन बरसे कजरा अंधेरा तेरी जलती लो कतरा अंधेरा तेरे दर पर से ओ मौला मौला कुन फाया 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 कुन صدق الله العلي العظيم मेरे लिए बता दे तू किस ओर चला है तू क्या पाया नहीं तूने क्या ढूंढ रहा है तू जो है अनकही जो है अनसुनी वो बात क्या है बता मितवा कहे धड़कने तुझसे क्या मितवा ये खुद से बना तू छुपा जो है अनकही जो है अनसुनी वो बात क्या है बता मितवा कहे धड़कने तुझसे क्या मितवा ये खुद से बना तू छुपा ये खुद से बना तू छुपा ये खुद से बना तू छुपा
A huge round of applause for the members of the JGU Music Society. Thank you for a wonderful performance. I now invite Professor C. Rajkumar, Founding Vice Chancellor, OP Jindal Global University, to please share the welcome address.
With that kind of presenter, it becomes very difficult not to be excited and enthusiastic about this moment. So thank you so much. First of all, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all of you. Congratulations, the JGU community, for celebrating our 14th anniversary. It's a very, very special moment, and as we gather here, marking this important occasion, today also happens to be a working day for our students and faculty, so I know classes are happening. Normally, Saturdays are not. But since we already have running short of time, I want to quickly say that the journey that we have covered in the last 14 years has been truly spectacular. All I can say is that little did I imagine in October 2006, October 31st, 2006, I met our Chancellor and benefactor, Mr. Jindal, for the first time upon the introduction of the then Indian Law Minister, Mr. H.R. Bharadwaj. And I spent the next year engaging with him, talking to him, and essentially culminating in him agreeing to the three things that he committed, which is to make a substantial financial contribution, second, to do it in a not-for-profit manner, and third, to give me and our faculty members academic freedom and autonomy and independence to build a world-class university in India. By late 2007, he committed to all of it. In early 2008, I moved to India and we began the process of institution building. And literally by April 2008, we started off with the effort, and January 2009, the law was passed, and by August 2009, we were able to build a campus. And on 30th September 2009, we began the first academic session of the first school of the university, Jindal Global Law School, with only 100 students, 10 full-time faculty members, 20 administrative staff, one room, which was my office, the office of the 10 faculty members, some of whom are present here. I can see both Paddy and Deepika, both of them were there at that moment. Then, of course, the administrative staff, all of them are in that same office, and of course, 4 classrooms. That journey that we began in a modest manner on 30th September 2009 has brought us in 14 years today with what you see around us. Nothing was here, and we built it, we have created it, and we are together living it. The journey that began has today culminated into 12 schools, over nearly 11,000 students, 1,100 plus full-time faculty, over 1,000 plus admin staff, and of course 8,000 plus alumni, all of whom living and breathing this entire community. So I want to take this moment to congratulate each one of you, but also pay tribute to our founding chancellor and benefactor, Mr. Jindal. The big surprise for today is that normally we see him, most of us, on 7th August when he is there at our convocation. Occasionally he visits us. But it so happened that today he will be in Sonipat. So I've invited him to come and say a few words in the course of this session. So I believe he has just landed and he will be there, not now, but around 12 noon or so. We hope we can hear him a bit on today's special occasion. With those words, I want to once again congratulate each one of you. I want to take this special moment to extend my heartiest welcome to 2 amazing individuals who are present with us. Dr. Pankaj Mittal, the Secretary General of the Association of Indian Universities, a very, very important organization that has its origins right after the independence itself. Nearly 1,000 Indian universities are members of AIU, and I am also a member of AIU as representing JGU. She used to be the Vice Chancellor of the BPS Mahila here in Sonipat, and has been a great source of inspiration, encouragement, and support for us for very many years. Thank you so much, ma'am, for accepting our invitation to be a guest of honor here. We, of course, have another distinguished professor by name, Professor Shailendra Mehta, who heads MICA. But Professor Mehta is one of India's most distinguished public intellectual, somebody who straddles across the world of academia as well as professions, but also works closely on issues surrounding public policy, governance, and many other areas. His passion is also about understanding the history and evolution of universities and education. We're very fortunate that he agreed to deliver the university lectures. So thank you so much, Professor Mehta, for your presence here. With those words, I want to once again extend my heartiest greetings to all the students, faculty members, deans, administrative staff, as well as every soul of this institution, because we have all been part of this journey that we have together created, and we can only hope that the next 15 years or more will only be even better. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for a warm welcome as always. I am now pleased to invite our guest of honor, Dr. Shailendra Mehta, President and Director, Distinguished Professor, Innovation and Entrepreneurship, MICA, to please present the University Day Lecture. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Professor Rajkumar, Professor Mittal, distinguished faculty and students. The founder of the University of California system, Professor Clark, said something very interesting. He said, if you look at the last 500 years, from say 1500 to now, only about 72 institutions have survived. Only 72 institutions. One is the Parliament of Britain, another one is the Parliament of the Isle of Man, one is the Bank of Siena, a few are Swiss cantons, but 56 of those are universities. The university is one of the most interesting inventions of humankind, not fully understood yet, partly because the origins have not been studied very well. And the origins do not lie in Europe, as most people believe. They actually lie here in India. For 1800 years, from 6th century BC to the 12th century AD, for 1800 years, India had the finest universities, and not one or two or three, but 7 of them. Let me just list them for you, and I will contextualize where we are sitting in the context of those universities, that hallowed tradition that we are the inheritors of. Takshala, founded in 6th century BC, destroyed by the White Huns in 450 AD. Then the universities move east, because that part, by the way, most people would be hard-pressed to find Takshala on the map. Actually, it does not exist anymore within the boundaries of the Indian Union. It was part of Greater India, or undivided India, in the olden days. It lies on a very interesting road, a road that we are actually sitting on. It is in India called National Highway number 1. In the Middle Ages, it was called the Grand Trunk Road, supposedly built by Sher Shah Suri, but not really built by him. It was actually built almost 2,400 years ago by Chandragupta Maurya to connect his 2 capitals, Patliputra or Patna, modern day Patna, to Takshala, which was his other capital. Now, where exactly is Takshala? Well, Takshala is a suburb of Islamabad in Pakistan. What Gurugram or Gurgaon is to Delhi, Takshala is to Rawalpindi and Islamabad. And it sits on the same road that cuts through Sonipat, or Suvarnapat, as it was called in the Puranic times. Again, linked to the road. There are lots of cities here in Haryana which are linked to this path, right? You have Bagpat, you have Sonipat, you have Panipat. All of these are basically linked to this grand highway that initially connected Patliputra and Takshala, but then was extended east towards Haldia and Calcutta and Gopalpur in Odisha. And then it cuts across Varanasi, Meerut, Delhi is on it, Sonipat, Amritsar, Lahore, Islamabad, Rawalpindi, Takshala, Peshawar, and then it goes towards Herat and Kandahar, and then connects with the Shahra-e-Azam, the royal road that was built by the Persian Empire and Darius, and then connects to Greece. And then from Takshala, you had what was called the Silk Road, or Seidenstrasse in German, as the German scholars named it, which then connected Takshala through Dunhuang and China, actually even Samarkand and Bukhara along the way, to Xi'an, the ancient capital of China. So one reason why Takshala was located where it was located was because it was literally the global crossroads. Everybody came to Takshala. The Greeks came. Alexander spent time in Takshala. We know this from the Greek sources. The Chinese travelers came, many from the Silk Road. Some came by the sea road to Tamralipti, which was the old name for Haldia. Haldia is the port for Calcutta, right? The seaport for Calcutta. Calcutta is inland. So they would come through Suvarnadweep, Java, Indonesia, learn to study Sanskrit, stop there for 6 months, pick up a little bit of Sanskrit, and then take the boat to Tamralipti, as the old port was called, and then take the Grand Trunk Road, or the Uttarapath as it was then called, or National Highway number 1 as it is called now, literally the artery of India, and then basically go to Nalanda and Vikramshil and Udantapuri and Jagaddal and Sompura, which were the other universities that were out there. And then another sea route existed to connect to Vallabhi, which is now today Bhavnagar in Gujarat, founded by a woman. I mean, it's a story that has never been told. So we won't talk about all of that. But why am I mentioning all of this? The reason why I'm mentioning all of this is because Jindal Global University is the proud inheritor of this tradition. So big hand, folks. It's a proud inheritor of this tradition. And as I just indicated, the lives of universities are measured not in years or decades or even in centuries. They're measured in millennia. Takshila lasted, as I said, if you do the arithmetic, for about 1,050 years, from 6th century BC to 450 AD. Bologna has also lasted, the oldest university in Europe, has also lasted about 1,000 years by now. Oxford and Cambridge are younger, only 800 years. Oxford is 800, Cambridge is maybe about 700 and some years. American universities are younger still. Harvard, the oldest university in the Western Hemisphere, is just about under 400 years old. So by that time, by that reckoning, Jindal at 14 years of age is a baby. And I do not know of any other baby which has made so much of progress in 14 years as Jindal. So big hand, folks, for that. And so you obviously have a very, very bright future, but let me contextualize for you some of the things that Professor Rajkumar just mentioned. This is an amazing place because A, it is located in India. It's an institution of eminence. There are only a handful of those. And almost from its inception, Jindal Global University has created excellence of the sort that India has taken up, stood up and taken notice of. But the game is global. And slowly and steadily, JGU is rising in the global ranks. And I have no doubt that before long, it's already in the top institutions in the world. Before long, it will be in the topmost global institutions. The reason is, from day one, you've had a global outlook. I understand that of the 1,100 faculty members, a significant fraction come from 52 separate countries. It's quite an achievement. This is exactly what the ancient universities of India were like. People came from all parts of the civilized world, all parts. The Chinese came here, the Koreans came here. Again, this is not known, but soil from Nalanda was taken to Japan via China to create the foundation of some of the universities, which unfortunately no longer exist. They exist only in history books. But the soil of Nalanda was taken to create the university through China to Japan. The Koreans came here, the Chinese came here, the Greeks came here, the Turks came here. It's very interesting that in the epigraphs of Nalanda, the best evidence for what Nalanda was all about comes from the epigraphs, the inscriptions that have survived. One of them is an amazing one. It mentions two individuals. One name is Tengin. It's a Turkish name. He was the general of Yashovarman, who was one of the benefactors of Nalanda. His son, Malad, he was also a general. He's mentioned in the inscriptions as a graduate of Nalanda, a Turk by ethnicity. And what is even more interesting is that he gives a donation to Nalanda to contribute to the endowment in the name of his teacher. The name of the teacher is also inscribed. So think about what an extraordinary individual Malad would have been, what an extraordinary individual his father would have been. He was the general of Yashovarman who guarded the northwest frontier, which then, as now, was the most unsettled region in the world. even today, I had the privilege of going to Takshila a couple of years ago. I spent a full day there in Pakistan. I do a lot of work across the border. And I was told, please do not stay here after sunset. So for at least 1,000 years, 1,500 years, that place has not found real peace. So it's unfortunate, which is the reason why after the destruction of Takshila, all the universities moved east. Samudragupta and others who basically were involved in the founding of Nalanda realized that a great university could not be created in a place which did not have physical peace. So they moved eastwards. So that was the reason why they moved eastwards. And it's again another story that all of these other 6 universities that I mentioned were also targeted and destroyed. Why that happened and how that happened is for another day. But the point is that these institutions have left an extraordinary legacy. And I'll touch upon those and see how they link up to Jindal. I've already said that they were global. But the second thing is that they were not-for-profit public universities. Now, this is again something that is not fully appreciated, that the university is a very late invention. It's an invention that only occurs, by the way, human history is hundreds of thousands of years old. Society, civilization as we know it, is many millennia old. But universities only appear somewhere around 2,600 years ago in India. And they ought not to exist because no institution stands in greater opposition to the market than the university. And let me just talk about that just for a few minutes. Why is that? You see, if you want to buy a car, it's only your ability to pay that matters, right? If you want to buy the latest Tata electric vehicle or Thar from Mahindra, that so many of you covet, youngsters especially, all you need is money in your pocket, and you can walk in, and depending on the money that you have, you can buy the latest and the best model. But education is not like that. You do not admit people on the basis of their ability to pay. In the best universities of the world, they're not looking for the richest people to come and join them, but they're looking for the smartest people. They're looking for people who will be able to take full advantage of the education that the university offers. And the thing that you have to remember is what the economists, I'm an economist, what economists call externalities. If you're a good student and I'm a stupid student and I come and study with you, I reduce the quality of academic life for you. So therefore, the greatest universities have one defining feature, and that was the feature of Nalanda and Takshila and others as well, is that they always were elitist in a good sense. They were not elitist in the sense that they restricted entry. Entry across the social spectrum in all of these universities was available to the smartest kids. First men and boys, and later women and girls as well. So you cannot have a university that operates on free market principles, that is, operates on a for-profit basis. Now, having said that, I will immediately correct myself and say that there are a few countries, USA and the Philippines among them, which allow for-profit universities. By the way, in India, it's against the law to have a for-profit university. You cannot. Recognizing the public character of universities, for precisely the reason that I mentioned, that universities cannot admit students on the basis of ability to pay. And therefore, for-profit is a direct contradiction of the founding principles of what a university ought to look like. And even in the United States and in the Philippines, it's the universities of the lowest quality that are for-profit. I'm not going to name them. Many of them have been scandal-prone. It's a chapter that is best not discussed. So universities, because of externalities, because of asymmetric information, which is another form of market failure that I won't go into, and public goods, because we all create knowledge. And knowledge, once it is created, is something that is available to everybody. And therefore, it can only be financed on a not-for-profit basis. If you try and finance public goods on the basis of the ability to pay, or on the basis of profit, you're not going to produce enough of it. So this is why universities appear rather late. And I'm not going to go into the innovations, and there were 4 or 5 major innovations that happened in India prior to the invention of the university that made the university possible. I'm not going to. One was the democratic functioning. And by the way, this is again something that most people don't know. India has a far greater claim to being the origin of democracy than Greece. Older, deeper, broader, and more egalitarian. I'm not going to go into it right now. But democratic tradition was one. Secondly, India also created something far before the Romans and the Chinese, the guilds. These were the original factories and methods for transferring skill. That was the second thing. The third thing that was created was a form of gifting. 2 forms of gifting were created for land and endowments. And all of these basically came together to create the Sangha, the world's first corporation, the first self-perpetuating corporation, which was the Buddhist Sangha. And these 5 innovations went in to create Nalanda. So I'm not going to go into that in great detail. Suffice it to say, great universities are not for profit. And finally, great universities combine teaching and research, which is exactly what Jindal does. There are many universities, the bulk of colleges and universities in the world are teaching institutions. They don't do research, sometimes not even in name. On the other hand, there are many, many institutions which are only research institutions. For example, the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. There are hundreds of laboratories that they have which focus only on research. So a university that combines research and teaching is a wonderful thing to behold. And it's also a rare thing to behold. And Jindal, again, is one of them. And finally, the other characteristic of a great university, and I think Raj alluded to that in his remarks, is autonomy. Complete autonomy to think, to disseminate, to transmit, and to criticize. And I'll tell you a fascinating story, never told before. I found this in the margins of one of the obscure papers from the 1930s in an obscure journal published from Eastern India. The great Tibetan scholar Rahul Sankrityayan brought dozens of mule loads of manuscripts from Tibet in the 1920s, and they are housed in the Patna Museum today. And one of them, in the margin, has a very interesting note. It talks about Vikramshil, not Vikramshila, it's Vikramshil, the sister university to Nalanda, not very far from there. It talks about the crown prince being a student there. But that is not so surprising, is it? But what is surprising is that the vice chancellor at that time, Atish Dipankar, expels the crown prince. It is not indicated why, but on a moral issue, on an issue of moral turpitude, he is expelled. You can imagine very few institutions in the world would be able to do that. But the most amazing thing is that it's also mentioned that he subsequently becomes king, and he honors Atish Dipankar. I think if that doesn't tell you about what made these universities just unparalleled inventions in human history, I do not know what else can. So let me close by saying there are 2 characteristics that made these Indian universities what they were, apart from all the institutional things that I talked about. 2 pedagogical things. One was they taught you how to think. And unfortunately, I'm very sorry to say, universities across the board in India and around the world do not really teach students how to think. They give them a lot of knowledge, but do not give them a framework. Yes, we talk about the scientific method, but that's only a very small part of how you assess evidence. And the shocking thing to me is that the Nyaya tradition of India is the oldest and the deepest tradition about the assessment of evidence. Nyaya is translated as logic It's much more than logic. This tradition of Nyaya went from India to Central Asia. From Central Asia, it went to the Middle East. From the Middle East, it went to Jerusalem. From Jerusalem, it was picked up by the Franciscans and went to Oxford and Paris. In Oxford, and especially in Paris, Peter Abelard wrote his famous book called Sic et Non, Yes and No, how to structure intellectual arguments. That then powers the university system in Europe. That then powers the scientific revolution and the Renaissance. That is again a story that has not been fully told. Scholars have talked about bits and pieces. That whole thread has not been talked about. But those points, the Nyaya method in particular about how to think, is extremely powerful. And it is something that ought to be revived, and we are taking some steps to do that. So Nyaya, or Anvikshiki as it was called, that was another name, that is what Kautilya calls it. So in the Arthashastra, he says, if you want success in the world, and if you want liberation, if you want to be happy and if you want to be successful, the road begins with Anvikshiki. How do you tell what is true from what is not true? So Anvikshiki was, or Nyaya was one. And the second part, the second thing that was taught in these universities was a system of values. So it was not, remember, the top scholars of the university were called acharyas. Acharya means not just a person who's a scholar, but a person who lives their knowledge. Acharya is a person who imbibes and inculcates and then transmits values through living those values and demonstrating them in their conduct. So, folks, that was what India contributed. All this is not very well known, but fortunately the pieces are coming together. I'm trying to put all that together and I'm in the process of telling this connected history. And let me conclude by actually quoting a very famous Subhashita. That is, these are, see, the Sanskrit has many beauties. One of them is that it loves quotations, suktis as they are called. And Sternbach has a 7-volume collection just of quotations, right? From all the different sources, sometimes the sources are not even known, of these quotations. I mean, literally hundreds of thousands of quotations for everything that you may want to do in life. So one of them is, not surprisingly, about education, and I want to close by that. As to what makes education or knowledge so powerful. I talked about universities lasting for hundreds of years, if not 1,000 years. Knowledge lasts even longer. People perish, empires perish, companies perish, right? If you look at the S&P 500 from the 1950s, 90% of those companies don't exist anymore. If you look at the BSE 100 from 50 years ago, most of the companies don't exist. Companies don't last beyond 50 years. Humans don't last beyond, say, 100 years. Universities last for a couple of hundred years, but knowledge lasts forever. And there's a very interesting characteristic of knowledge that I'd like to close with. So the Subhashita says, we don't know who wrote it or where it comes from, but it has been prevalent. It is part of the common wisdom of India. And it's a very interesting quote. It says, Swagrihe pujyate murkhan. The fool is revered in their family. Swa grame pujyate pradhan. The chief is revered in their village. Swadeshe pujyate rajan. The king is revered in their kingdom. Vidwan sarvatra pujyate. The scholar is revered everywhere and for all time. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mehta, for reminding us what an honor it is for us to be a part of JGU and for encouraging us to strive even harder to ensure its place in history. I now invite our guest of honor, Dr. Pankaj Mittal, Secretary General Association of Indian Universities, to please present the presidential address. Welcome, ma'am.
So, thank you very much. A very good morning to all of you. Dr. Raj, Dr. Shavendra Mehta, who is a very, very eloquent speaker, whom you have just heard. Dr. Sridhar Patnaik, the registrar, the senior faculty members, deans, and my dear students. A very good morning to you and heartiest congratulations on the 14th anniversary of Jindal Global University. You have just heard Dr. Shalendra, he was talking about how India was in the center stage, how universities were in the center stage, and why it is important that, why you are lucky to be in JGU. And I also feel that you are lucky that you are the students at the present time for many, many reasons. One, you are a student in India right now, which is a very, very fast emerging economy. We are now the 5th largest economy, very soon going to be the 3rd. The Prime Minister of India has said that in the next 5 years we'll be the 3rd largest economy in the world. We are passing through the Amrit Kal, that is, we have completed 75 years of independence. So 75 to 100 years are termed as the Amrit Kal. So you are a student when India is passing through its Amrit Kal. You are a student when the NEP 2020 has come. NEP 2020 is a document which was long awaited, and after 34 years we have NEP 2020, which has the power to transform higher education. You're also lucky to have survived COVID and come when the world has totally changed in terms of imparting education. For example, the use of technology, the digital medium of education, which was not very, very prevalent. The type of YouTube streaming now you are doing that was not generally done 5 years back. The type of Zoom meetings or the online classes we have, that was not something as a routine at that point of time. And then you are lucky to be in JGU. JGU, I was just seeing that digest. You are just 14. You have just turned 14. He was saying you are just a teenager. And you are already among the top 700 universities globally. And you are among top 150 under 50. So you're counting only under 50 because I don't think they scale any university under 15 or under 20. So under 50 you are in 150. So that is something commendable. And you are ranked number 1 law school in India. So this is something very, very commendable for a university which is very, very young. And I know the students of Jindal. My son has been a student here as a student of LLM. And I know the aspirations of the students of Jindal. I mean, he used to discuss a lot about the university with me. So when I talk about the aspirations which the Jindal students have, or in general the students have, but more so in Jindal, the students in Jindal, they want to be lifelong learners. They don't want to stop their education with the university or with the program in which they are enrolled. They want to be lifelong learners. They want to be problem solvers. They want to be solution providers. They want to take challenges. So it's not that they don't want to make mistakes. They want to make mistakes. If they make mistakes, they want to learn from those mistakes. The students of Jindal are innovative. They are creative. They want to work in a team and eventually want to be a team leader. They are wanting to progress very, very fast. So how is Jindal doing it? How is Jindal fulfilling your aspirations, or maybe how national education policy is also helping Jindal to fulfill your aspirations? So I remember, he was talking of something like 1,000 years ago, 800 years ago. I remember something which happened, say around 120 years ago. That was a dialogue. That was in the class of Einstein. So Einstein in 1904, he gave a question paper to his students. And when the teaching assistant saw the question paper, he came running to Einstein and he said, "Sir, kuch gadbad ho gaya hai." He says, "What happened?" "Sir, kuch galat paper gaya." He says, "What has happened?" He says, sir, this is the same question paper which we gave to the same set of students last year also. So how can we have the same question paper? So there is something wrong. So Einstein smiles. He says, there's nothing wrong. Questions are the same, but the answers are different. Why? Because in 1904, Einstein published 4 papers. They are known as Annals of Physics Education, which changed the very paradigm of physics education. They were on theory of relativity, Brownian motion, E is equal to mc square. So the questions were the same, but the answers were different because the very paradigm of physics education had changed, and he wanted to see whether his students had really read those articles and read those papers and they have really understood them or not. So that was his intention. So after 120 years, I am drawing the relationship with Jindal. So after 120 years, the questions are the same. What to teach, how to assess and evaluate the students. But the answers written by Jindal are different. For example, what to teach. So when we go to most of the universities, what they teach is the regular curriculum, the curriculum which is given maybe by the regulatory authorities, or what the teachers have been teaching for 20, 30 years because the teachers don't want to change their notes. But in Jindal, what to teach was different, is different and will be different in future also, because what they are teaching is contemporary. The number of international professors, around 10% of your professors are international professors. So that does make a lot of difference. When my parent office has been University Grants Commission, and there we had been struggling very hard that the universities should be having international faculty. But we could never imagine that a young university like Jindal, in 14 years, they'll be having 10% of their faculty as an international faculty. So what to teach, Jindal has rewritten, and they are teaching something which will be relevant, teaching something which will make you employable, teaching something which will be making you relevant forever, not only today, but the basics are there. Then how to teach. So in how to teach, most of the universities are following the lecture method. That means you study in the class, go back, study at home, and then do sort of analysis, rationalization, understanding. But the flipped classroom model, in which the lecture notes are given in advance, readings are given in advance, audios are given in advance, video links are given in advance, so that what happens in the class? Group discussion happens, rationalization happens, analysis happens, understanding happens. So this is the way which the National Education Policy has now recommended that the universities should be teaching in a flipped classroom model, but Jindal was practicing it for a long, long time. And that is why when you see the students of Jindal, they are different from others. Thirdly, how to assess and evaluate the students. Most of the universities have a 3-hour examination at the end of the semester. Jindal does have the examination, but there are multiple ways of assessing and evaluating the students. My son used to say, कि बस एक assignment जमा करेंगे और मेरा exam हो गया. मैंने कहा, how will you do that? He says, this is the way we do. Projects are there, assignments are there, activities are there, group discussions are there. There are multiple ways of assessing and evaluating a student. So that is something, again, which is advocated by the National Education Policy, but is practiced by Jindal for a very, very long time. So that's why I'm saying that the good universities, the universities which Dr. Shalendra Mehta was talking about, they are rewriting the answers to the questions, and that rewriting only helps the university to progress the way Jindal has progressed. Really progress fast, because I was just discussing with him that I joined this BPS Women University as Vice Chancellor in 2008. So at that time, Jindal was not there. It was just shaping up. But from 2009 when it came up and 2023 when it is here now in 14 years, most of the universities are just saying, अभी तो हम बहुत young हैं, अभी तो हम कैसे करेंगे, we cannot compete with the bigger universities, we are so small, we are toddlers, we are this, we are this. But Jindal didn't have those excuses. They never made that excuse that we are young. They used youngness as a something which was to their advantage. So that is something. And the one more thing which I like about Jindal is the autonomy it gives to the students, to the teachers, to the staff members. Again, I remember a dialogue, and why I am remembering it is because I see that type of autonomy in Jindal. So this is a dialogue supposed to be between Neil Bohr and Rutherford, long back, Neil Bohr and Rutherford. So it says, it was a sort of viva going between the student and the teacher. So that replicates here now. It says that the teacher asked the student, I'm giving you a barometer, measure the height of the tower using a barometer. So the student thinks and he says, okay sir, what I'll do is I'll go up the ladders of the tower, keep the barometer like this, put a mark, put a mark, put a mark, put a mark, like I'll keep on putting the marks while going up the ladders, and the height of the barometer into the number of marks will give me the height of the tower. The answer was right, but the teacher says, what bullshit, this is not a right answer. How can we do it? I mean, he says, sir, I have used the barometer and giving you the height of the tower. He says, no, this will take a lot of time. We cannot use this method. He says, okay, sir, if you don't like that method, if you don't have that type of time, what I'll do is I'll tie a string to the barometer, go to the top of the building, and then hang the barometer. As soon as it touches the ground, I'll put it up, measure the length of the string. The length of the string will give me the height of the tower. So it will not waste your time. Also, I am using the barometer also. So the teacher says, this is not a good answer. I want a scientific answer. These are not the answers for a question like this. You are in a science viva. He says, okay, sir, if you don't like that answer, then what I'll do is I will go to the top of the building, take a stopwatch, throw the barometer from there, and just see when the barometer reaches the ground, and I'll just see the timing, and there's a formula which you must have read in your school, S is equal to ut plus half at square. So he says, I'll use the formula S is equal to ut plus half at square. So S, the distance covered by the barometer, will give me the height of the tower. So now the teacher is getting very angry. He says, sir, I have used the science. You said use the science. I have used the science. I have used the barometer. I am telling you the height of the tower. He says, I want my barometer back. I don't want to break it. So give me another answer. He says, okay, sir. So what I'll do is, you want the barometer back, you want the science to be used. So what I'll do is, on a sunny day, I'll put the barometer like this. I'll see the shadow of the barometer. I'll see the shadow of the tower. I'll use ratio proportion and find the height of the tower. So you are getting your barometer back. I'm getting the, I'm using the science. So now this answer must satisfy you. He says, suppose it is not a sunny day and there's no shadow, then how will you measure using science and without breaking the barometer? He says, okay, sir, if you don't understand any of these answers, so what I'll do is, I'll see the air pressure in the barometer at the bottom. I'll go to the top of the building. I'll see the air pressure in the barometer. The difference in the air pressure will tell me the height of the tower. So the teacher is now happy. He says, if you knew this answer, why didn't you tell me in the beginning itself? He says, sir, I wanted to tell you there are 5 other answers. So, so that type of autonomy we don't see in the universities now. The teachers in most of the universities are wanting the answers which is fixed in their minds. So they don't accept other answers. But in Jindal, I saw that type of autonomy. That is why I related this story. So in conclusion, what I would say is that we, because I am from UGC and from AIU, where we have been dealing with multiple universities, 1,000 universities are our members here, we don't see these type of universities very often. So make the best use of the university, make the best use of resources, and don't stop thinking. So this is something which I tell everywhere, that don't stop thinking. And when I ask the youngsters, do you think? They say, yes, we think. I say, okay, tell me. We go to the hill stations when it is very hot, and it is very cold over there, and the hill station is very cold. So we are moving near the sun. Why it is getting cold? It should get hotter when you are moving near the sun. Why does it get cold? Have you ever thought? You eat roti, paratha, puri every day. Many of you eat roti, paratha. And you must have seen that one side is thick, one side is thin of roti or puri or paratha. Have you ever thought of it? Why? You all take bath every day, I'm sure. So when you take bath, you take bath with, say, either soap or soap solutions which are of very fancy colors. Say red, blue, yellow, green, many colors. What is the color of the leather? White. So where does the color go? Have you ever wondered? When we do blood transfusion, we keep on seeing A group, B group, O group, AB group. But this mosquito, it bites A group, B group. Nothing happens to the mosquito. Why? You're sitting in this air-conditioned room. The temperature must have been set at 22, 21. What is the body temperature? 37. So if the body temperature is 37, we should feel comfortable at 37, but we feel so hot at 37. Why? So many such questions we keep on thinking every day. Like we asked a student, like uh, when say your mother goes out and puts the clothes on the line for drying them, so the clothes dry, but the mother gets wet because of the sweat. So why doesn't the sun dry the sweat? So hundreds of these questions, if you see all around you, so many things you will see, but many times we don't think. So my appeal to all the students will be, keep thinking. That will keep you alive. As a student, we ask many questions. As a young child, we ask many questions. But as we grow up, we stop asking questions. And one Nobel Prize winner, somebody asked him, what is the Raz, what is the secret of getting the Nobel Prize? He says the secret is, when I used to come back from the school, my mother used to ask me only one question. How many questions did you ask today in the class? So that is important. So keep questioning, keep thinking, keep on finding reasons for everything which is happening around you, and you will be really something somewhere at the top of the world. I see many faces here whom we will see, I don't know where, over the time. So thank you very much, and congratulations once again for your university. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mittal, for a very insightful address. Now, some of our students and faculty members will share their reflections to mark University Day. To begin with, I invite Professor Deepika Jain, Professor, Jindal Global Law School and Vice Dean, Research and Clinical Legal Education.
Good morning, everyone. Congratulations. It's been 14 years. Wow. Nostalgia has a unique way of enveloping our hearts, taking us on emotional journey back in time. I vividly remember the first day, 14 years back on 30th September, when 9 of us were walking towards what we now know, the Big Bang Hall, Big Bang Conference Room. It was then called the T1 Conference Room. And Professor C. Rajkumar, along with very endearing colleagues, Professor Padmanabha, Yugang, and Amit, and Neha, were all standing to welcome us. The air was filled with possibilities and dreams. As I settled into my role, what struck me most was the camaraderie among my colleagues. The workplace had a warm and welcoming atmosphere where teamwork thrived and everyone was eager to lend a help. From 30th September to 1st October, we spent a month, what we call an experienced academic freedom. We designed our curriculum, we selected teaching pedagogies, we also explored innovative collaborative approaches along the lines of critical thinking to ensure that what we know now will be a school where there is tolerance for dissent and a lot of critical thinking and engagement. One of the most remarkable aspects of my journey here at Jindal has been the continuous process of learning and unlearning. It's in these moments of growth that I've found great inspiration, not just from my work at the Research Center, which is the Center for Justice, Law and Society, working with movements like Trans-Justice Movement and Reproductive Rights Movement, but also from incredible individuals around me, including my lovely students, colleagues, Sidexo Didis and Bhaiyas, and colleagues from other schools. We have a very rich student community, and I've had the privilege to learn and unlearn from them. Looking back, the nostalgia I feel for the first day is tinged with gratitude. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Deepika. I now invite Professor Sriram Cholia, Dean, Jindal School of International Affairs.
Greetings, happy University Day to all of you. I think the tradition of University Day itself was decided around August, September 2009. What we had to do, I am one of the founding faculty members of that time. So, in fact, we had a group discussion, I remember, where we said this is probably the best time to award and honor students, because we didn't have a conception of an occasion to give away certificates and to recognize outstanding merit of students. So it's become now, of course, a tradition. So I was, so to say, present at the creation, and we innovated a lot. I think already the keynote speakers have mentioned how important it is to innovate. And one thing I must say, our founding vice chancellor gave us a lot of latitude to innovate, and he even pushed us to innovate, in the sense never to sit back on our haunches and say, okay, we have achieved something. So when I see, you have these factoids, right? Many of you would have seen these 7,500 plus alumni, 70 countries represented by students, 127, I think it's adding now, full-time international faculty members. All of this was inconceivable at the founding. At that time, it was just to, I think, Vice Chancellor, I could see, he just wanted to keep his promise to Mr. Naveen Jindal, our Chancellor, that we will achieve what we set out to do. And that relentless drive, I think, is the main factor where we are today. And second, I think he was very careful in selecting a team of, core team of leadership early on, and that has persisted. Many of us are still here. And what I find is that then created that institutional culture, what we call path dependence. Something that gets set in the early formative phases, then perpetuates itself, good practices. So that's how I think we've gotten here. We have avoided a lot of the negative trends and tendencies that you typically see in Indian academia. I'm not going to mince words. Petty politics, factionalism, inter-school rivalries, bureaucratic inertia, always saying, no, 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 this is not possible. These are the typical attitudes that prevent spectacular rises of institutions. But if Jindal has done spectacular rise, I think it owes to the fact that we have always been open to a good idea. Ideas which are costless, especially, and that don't require budgetary, or financial approvals, we are always for them. And even the ones that require budgetary approvals, of course, there's a process, because an institution always has finite resources. But cost-free ideas have been allowed to flourish, germinate, and ultimately fructify. And that's how we've gotten here. So many innovative degree programs, so many training programs, these 7,500 plus alumni. If you add up the alumni of those who have gone through our training programs, short-term certificate courses, diplomas, through our Institute for Leadership Development and Executive Education, it will probably run into at least 20,000 or more easily. So I think, and then think about the multiplier effect of all those people who are trained at Jindal and then go on and are imparting their knowledge and skills to hundreds of thousands more. So in terms of impact, if you were to measure it, I think it's probably millions of people have gained in these 14 years. That's not a small achievement. So congratulations to all of you. And we hope to continue this spirit of openness to new ideas and to continuously innovate. The Institution of Eminence status has also, in a way, catalyzed this second phase of growth of the institution, because we are not happy with just the existing 45 more degree programs. There are more coming, there are more schools being planned. And I must say, whenever I meet university leaders across the country or around the world, they are quite stunned at the sequential rate at which we have created more and more schools and more degree programs. It's not a child's play. And that's where, again, the team comes in. So I want to specially thank Professor C. Rajkumar, because he could create that universe where the teams could innovate, the teams could think freely, and say yes to cost-free ideas. Thank you, and congratulations to all of you.
Thank you so much. Next, I invite Professor Padmanabha Ramanujam, Dean Academic Governance and Student Life.
So let me give you a quick recap. 30th we celebrate as the first working day, or the first day for the students when they started studying, in general, in way back 2009. But let me give you a quick recap what led to that day. There are certain days, certain things which are very interesting. I thought let me sit and note it down and tell all of you what led to the 30th September 2009. And how fascinating that journey was, because I was part of the journey even before the university began from 2008. Mr. Naveen Jindal created a lovely endowment. An agreement was made with SPA as early as May 2008. In June 2008, the complete land acquisition for OP Jindal was completed. July 2008, a working group was chaired by our Vice Chancellor. We had DK Srivastava, we had Jane Shokowski, we had Francis Julian. I was part of that as an RA. We had Neha Gupta. We had all paperwork, building plan completed in September 2008. As early as September 2008, Raj and myself, we went to Chennai to sign the contract, building contracts with L&T to begin the construction. 3-4 months from September to December, we started thinking what programs we're going to launch, what academic planning is going to be, the first compliance report for establishing the university under the Haryana Private University Act. As early as 27 January 2009, we got the university and the legislation status. Our chancellor was appointed immediately on 16 February. Vice chancellor was appointed immediately following that. The building work started, mind you, in February 2009. After that, we had our registrar was appointed in founding registrar Aman Shah in May 2009. We had our librarian appointed in May 2009, and the completion of the academic block was supposed to happen in September, and we were working day and night. And I have to mention to you, there is no truck driver in JSPL, there is no cement person, there is no brick fellow whose number our Vice Chancellor did not have in his speed dial. I think, I say this because if this institution, and we're sitting here on the university day saying that 30th September, the day started, it was not because, things happened. It was one man who selflessly sacrificed to make sure not only this university takes place, but also this institution, phenomenally grows. And I think we all should stand up and give him a round of applause. And he really deserves this, Professor Dr. C. Rajkumar. And, please, let us give this to him, Thank you. I wanted to quickly tell you two stories which are really personal to me. One, I never thought this institution would start and this institution would be global. We had a greatest challenge when we wanted to actually add the word global to OP Jindal Global University. And it was never possible. We thought it is not going to be possible because we had the smartest of the education secretary was sitting in Haryana government and asking some of the smartest questions. And rightfully so. He said, he put this question to Raj and he gave this challenge to Raj. If you want to really start a global university, where are your collaborations? What kind of collaborations are you seeking? And who's going to collaborate with you? No, this is where I tell you, right? Like, Raj not only traveled to US to get these collaborations, but we had 25 very clear ideas for pathway collaborations even before the university got the university status. Our first international collaboration brochure, I still have kept the copy because that is a sense of inspiration to me. And I'm involved in IAGI today, and I keep telling people, if we can conceive this even before the university is there, we can do much, much better after the university exists. That's the first story. That led to not just conviction to Mr. Rajan Gupta, but he thought something is coming in Sonipat. As ma'am rightly said, there was huge talk about this. There is a global university that is coming. And after that, our visit to Haryana was actually taken very, very seriously. The second story is, I have heard about Professor, from Yale University, I forget his name, Raj. Peter Shah. I noted the name down, but I just forgot on the stage. I have heard about him. He's a sense of inspiration. But how many of you know that he had promised Raj that if you start the university, I will come here, stay in Sonipat, and teach the first semester of students. And let me tell you, this place was not what it was before. We had Ansel housing. I don't think so any of the faculty members today would stay. We had no other housing inside campus. but I should again give it to my Vice Chancellor and his persuasive ability to bring Peter Schuck to campus. We did not even have power in this area of Sonipat. And that person stayed in Sonipat and taught the first batch of Jindal Global Law School. That is what I'm trying to say. That is how this institution started, and that is what the vision of this university was, to make things happen which others would have thought it is not going to happen. And that happened again only because Raj had that convening power to get who's who to come and teach at Jindal. And lastly, I just wanted to quickly mention, we remember a lot of people, but I want to remember those 10 faculty members' name, one administrative staff, and some of the office boys who worked selflessly. I really want to remember Abhay Raj Naik, Sandeep Kindo, Professor Deepika Jain, Professor Aman Shah, Professor, I keep forgetting the name, Jonathan, Oishik, James Nedumbra, Vic Kanwar, Professor Sriram Sundar Chaulia, all of them also lived in that Ansal housing, and it was not easy for the first batch of faculty members to come and contribute the way in which they have contributed. I have to say, all of us have tortured and made the life of one administrative staff, Miss Neha Gupta. Unfortunately, she was the only one, and I think we should also give her a round of applause. She was the only one who was there, and she was basically accommodating to all our requests. Raj says we had 100 plus students. Let me exactly tell you, we had 92 students in BA LLB and 18 students in LLB with whom I'm still in touch. And I have to tell you, it is worth meeting all of these students who are part of the first batch, and they are doing phenomenally well. Thank you so much, Raj, for giving me this opportunity. And, please enjoy your university day, which has a sense of history, which has a sense of commitment. And this institution has been built with a lot of sweat, hard work by the first batch of faculty and administrative staff. Thank you so much.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, Honorable Registrar, and Dr. Mehta to please join us on stage to present the memento. We also have a wonderful book which has been released and will be released today. May I invite Ananya Agarwal from Jindal Global Law School as well. This is a photography book, Visual Arts for Photography. And I request the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Honorable Registrar, and our guests of honor to please grace the book release. I also invite Professor Srijit to please join us. Congratulations. And thank you, Dr. Mittal, for your wonderful presence today. Thank you for being here. Moving forward, I invite Professor R. Sudarshan, Dean, Jindal School of Government and Public Policy, to please share his reflections.
I'm really very grateful to be here. This is, I think, my 12th year in this campus. Dr. Shailendra Mehta elucidated some key characteristics of great universities. Among them, that he knows very well, is leadership. And Rajkumar has been a fantastic leader. I remarked when I came to work here, and he was traveling so much, that when Rajkumar flies, it's the jet that has the lag. And, you know, he's really been remarkable. And I also have to say that I personally have an association with this university that goes back to before its founding. I was working in the United Nations Development Program in Bangkok. Well, even before that, I got to know Rajkumar in 1997, December, at the interview of the Rhodes Scholars in Calcutta. You know, people get selected as Rhodes Scholars because, you know, they usually do well academically, and they're lucky, jolly lucky, because in a country like ours, if you have a handful of scholarships, to get one of those, most of it is just luck. But we look for qualities of leadership. That's what the selection committee is supposed to do. And it's very rarely that, you know, you can be convinced that you're picking somebody because that person has qualities of leadership. And I must say that the selection committee chaired by the late Soli Sorabji did very well in getting Rajkumar sent off to Oxford, which gave him a lot of inspiration and the idea. But he's one of the few who kept in touch with all those that he came across. He's one of those persons who thinks, you know, whether someone is friendly and warm or whether they are cold and indifferent, he has the same attitude, a samabhava towards all people. I mean, never put off, you know, there have been difficult people, but Raj has never written them off because he has this inner conviction that everybody counts, everybody matters, and can contribute to what his vision is. I mean, you know, single-minded focus on creating a world-class university as what's motivated him. So because he had been in touch with me in 2006, he contacted me in Bangkok to ask for a grant to bring several deans and professors from the United States for what I still think is the best conference on access to education that we have had in this country at the India International Center in August of 2006, where, you know, because it was UN supported, we invited the law minister, Mr. H.R. Bharadwaj, and therefore there was a hand of destiny in a way that guided him to first meet with Mr. Bharadwaj and then get introduced to Chancellor Naveen Jindal, and as I say, the rest is history. So I wanted to reflect a little bit about the role of leadership, but also something about destiny. In this respect, I must say that I was reading Bibek de Broy's translation of the Valmiki, and Bibek de Broy has dedicated the 3 volumes to Shailendra because he was looking for the critical edition of the Sanskrit critical edition of the Ramayana from the Oriental Institute, and he couldn't find it. And he said he happened to be sitting next to him on a plane. And Shailendra asked him, "What are you doing after translating the Mahabharata?" And he said, "Well, I would like to translate the Ramayana, but I can't get the critical edition." And he said, this man, rolled up in his office with a trolley bag with the volumes in Sanskrit. So there is, something like that happens, right? You have an encounter, like this, that makes a big difference. And so I think in the end, I must say that I've been educated in 5 universities and worked for some 30 years in international organizations, the Ford Foundation, UNDP, and without a doubt, undoubtedly, working here in this university with Raj has been the best time of my life. So obviously I have to be very, very grateful to this university, to the community, and I would also like to think that, Dr. Pankaj Mittal, who's left us, she's a remarkable person leading a women's university. I remember that when she first came to speak in this university, she made a comment that when somebody is interviewed, they would ask, "Are you working full-time or part-time?" And her answer was, "I'm a woman, I work overtime," right? So, these are people with, this is the kind of people that this university attracts. They come here, and their very presence, like our 2 guests of honor today, will make a big difference to the future of this university and take it to greater heights. So it used to be said that good leaders take their people to where they want to be. But great leaders take their people to where they ought to be. And in that respect, I must express my gratitude, because I've always been told that I am underutilizing my potential in all these various bureaucratic jobs in the UN and so on. I ought to be somewhere else, doing something different. And Raj helped me to do that. He persuaded my wife in Bangkok, saying that our son his Indonesian identity was complete, and we owed a moral obligation to him to bring him to India so that he gets a sense of his Indian identity. He didn't even talk to me. He just talked to my wife. She beamed, and there I am here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor Sudarshan. I now invite Yugam, President of the Student Council, Jindal School of International Affairs, to please share his reflections.
With my bags packed and my parents bubbling, with a mix of excitement and a hint of relief, I stepped into my car. This very moment stands out, a clear memory of the start of a very enriching journey, different from anything before. Good morning to one and all. My name is Yugam Chawla, and I thank you all for being present here today. As my car rolled from Chandigarh to Jagdishpur, I was lost in thought. I wondered if the ATBC would meet the expectations that my seniors had set during the online semester. And scenes of people just playfully falling off their bunk beds and the prospect of meeting the famed Honey Bhaiya just danced in my mind. I also pondered if the stories of late night study sessions only to have chole bhature as breakfast on Sunday were actually true. But upon reaching campus, all these buzzing questions seemed to quiet down. The speed at which this welcoming and innovative space had come up was truly astounding. The sense of community, the aspiration-filled air, and the vibe of limitless potential left a lasting impression in my mind. The journey had begun, not just in miles, but in dreams and hopes. Jindal Global University had warmly embraced me. Walking into this newfound space, I felt that growth, knowledge, and friendship, a truly astounding journey, was about to begin. In my time at JGU, especially at the Jindal School of International Affairs, the academic setup nurtured my knowledge and my skills. The dynamic curriculum encouraged a broad understanding of international affairs, global politics, and diplomacy. The professors were not just teachers, they were guides who encouraged critical thinking and academic exploration. This academic foundation became a crucial stepping stone for my extracurricular journey, especially in events like Bisomil and Magnus. All of this culminated into me being elected as the president of the JSIA Student Council, which is a testimony to the unique and amazing atmosphere of this eminent institution. I take pride in not only being the president of my school, but also being a humble member of the student body of this university. This was made possible only due to the dedicated efforts of the Honorable Vice Chancellor, the Registrar, my respected Dean, faculty members not only in JSIA but throughout JGU, the staff members at Sodexo, and of course, my beloved fellow council members. Lastly, I would like to thank the university for providing a platform like this, allowing students to showcase their accomplishments and talents to the wider student community. And by the way, about the 4 doubts that I had in the beginning, ATBCs are now my post-workout meal. Bunk beds have been replaced for good. Hani Bhaiya is my best friend, and I have chole bhature for breakfast every Sunday. Thank you.
Thank you, Yugam. Finally, may I invite Reet Sahani, President of the Student Council, Jindal School of Journalism and Communication.
मैं यूं ही चला था जानिब मंजिल, लोग जुड़ते गए और कारवां बन गया. Being the younger sibling in an Indian family, I can attest to the massive influence of elder siblings on our life choices. From mundane decisions like what food to eat, to profound choices such as selecting a college, my sister has been a guiding force in shaping my life. Hello everyone, my name is Reet Sahani, and I have the privilege of serving as the president of the JSJC Student Council. When my sister decided to pursue her college education away from home, I experienced a deep sense of despair. The dinner table felt emptier, the burden of pending submissions multiplied, and perhaps, most notably, I had one less person to annoy. Over the course of her 3-year journey at the School of International Affairs, I witnessed her remarkable growth and transformation. Her seamless navigation through all the complexities of life and maturity that transcended beyond her years fascinated me and drew me to this institution. That's the magic of Jindal. It embraces you, enriches you, and prepares you for the journey ahead. In my 2 years as a student of this university, I have learned and unlearned in ways that should forever remain unquantifiable. From the realm of online semesters to the vibrant interactions of in-person classes, Jindal has offered countless opportunities I never knew existed. From the state-of-the-art studios to professors with hands-on experience, I've had the privilege of gleaning over the intricacies of the profession directly from those entrenched in the industry. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our Vice Chancellor, Professor C. Rajkumar, our Registrar, Professor Patnaik, for their unwavering guidance and support throughout our journey at Jindal. Additionally, I wish to extend my gratitude to my Dean, Professor Kishle, for always encouraging me to think and for instilling me the spirit of inquiry. So Professor Kishle, may I inquire if the assignment deadline could be extended? I would also like to thank the faculty that has helped in shaping me to become the person that I am today. Last, but certainly not the least, I would like to thank all the staff, from Sodexo to GHS to security, that pour in their souls to make our time at JGU worthwhile. We would be nothing without you. Thank you all for the opportunity. I hope you all have a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you, esteemed members of the faculty and students, for sharing your reflections. And now, the most awaited part of today's celebration, the presentation of awards to students across JGU. Let us put our hands together and cheer on our friends and comrades as we recognize students who, through their sheer hard work and determination, have shown exemplary performances in various fields. I invite Dr. Shailendra Mehta, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Honorable Registrar, Professor Deepika Jain, Professor Sriram, Professor R. Sudarshan, and Professor Padmanabha Ramanujam to please join us on the stage to present the awards. I also invite Devashi Roy, Jindal Global Business School, Mahia Nazir, Jindal Global Law School, Seher Sana Kapoor, Jindal Global Law School, and Moksh Thand, Jindal School of Journalism and Communication, to please announce the names of the students receiving the awards this afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Mahia Nazir, and I'm delighted to announce the names of the students who are being awarded the following categories for the university-wide awards. University Citizenship and Public Service Award, Nishang Upadhyay, Kushal Garg, and Raghav Sen Gupta. Best Actor in Female, Harshita Ketapal from Jindal Global Law School. Best Dance Troupe, Jia Saran from Jindal Global Law School. Best Dancer, Meenakshi Nair from JSIA. Best Director, Sanjana Mehta from Jindal Global Law School. Best Singer, Female, Tanvi Agrawal from Jindal Global Law School. Best Singer Male, Aniket Ramesh Shekhar. Best Musician, Pranav Krishna from Jindal. Best Artist, Fine Arts category, Pranavi Billa from Jindal School of Liberal Arts and Humanities. Best Photographer, Anjali Tripathi from Jindal Global Law School. Special mention under Visual Arts for Photography, Ananya Agrawal from Jindal Global Law School. Best Negotiator, Yashas TR and Keshav Shankar and Kevin Alexander, all from Jindal Global Law School. Best Mooter overall, Kaushiki Singh and Shubhan Seth from Jindal Global Law School. Best Cox Ash Student Representatives, Aryan Puri from Jindal Global Business School, Anamika Sarkar and Taha Muhammad Mama from Jindal School of Art and Architecture, B. Chandralekha and Nakul Patwardhan from Jindal Global Business School. Biswamil Outstanding Leadership and Cultural Engagement, Ashna Mittal, Anishut Sharma, Divyansh Agrawal, Ishita Mahla, and Siddhant Dubey, all from Jindal Global Law School. Student Entrepreneurs of the Year, Anishka Jaiswal, Divya Soin, and Prakriti Jain, all from Jindal Global Business School. Ashwin Maharaj Medal for Best Footballer, Ved Devaya from Jindal Global Law School. Special mention for outstanding sports persons, Udaywar Singh Jaiji and Bala Durga Kari. Special Achievement Award for Parth Somani from Jindal Global Business School. Best Society for Community Service and Outreach, the Rotaract Club. Ashwin Maharaj Medal for Best Footballer, Ved Devaya from Jindal Global Law School. Best Society for Community Service and Outreach, the Rotaract Club. Best Society Coordinator, Siddhan Mathur for Catalyst JGU, Riyan Kharbari for Music Society, and Shubh Jaiswal for Jindal Intellectual Property Cell. Best Accomplished Society within JGU are Aperture, Catalyst JGU, and the Final Stand. Best Accomplished Society representing JGU nationally are Debate Society, Sports Society, and ADR. Moving on, University Blues Awards. Let's give them a huge round of applause. University Blues Awards. Sports Society. I request all the members of the Sports Society to come to the stage. Give them a huge round of applause. Let's move on to the University Blues Awards. Under Archery, Baladurga Kari, Mrinmoy Baladurga Kari. Athletics, Mrinmoy Chatterjee, Anuradha Singh Naruka. Basketball, Seher Sana Kapoor, Arshita Agarwal. Cricket, Parth Vashishta. Hockey, Vasu Agarwal. Table tennis, Mansi Malhotra. Shooting, Udaivir Singh Jaiji, Rajveer Sarna. Swimming, Aviral Jain, Ishan Kunal Nagarkati. And snooker, Aryan Bhutyaraja. Give them a huge round of applause. Under the Best Contributor at Center of New Economic Studies, Nishit Patel, Rutu Patel, Reshav Chakraborty, Shilpa Santosh, and Yashovardhan Chaturvedi from Jindal School of Governance and Public Policy. Aryan Panchal, Madhumita Suresh, and Oshi Agrawal from Jindal School of Liberal Arts and Humanities. Tani Srivastav, 2022, Jindal School of International Affairs. Amisha Mittal, Amisha Singh, Anvida Bibi Gowda, Archisha Tiwari, Chakshu Niranjan, Devansh Singh, Gayatri Srivastava, Tavleen Kaur Saluja, and Vedika Singhvi from Jindal Global Law School. With this, we have come to an end with the university-wide awards. Let's move on to the school-wise categories. From International Institute for Higher Education Research and Capacity Building for Best Doctoral Student Award, Ms. Gauri Khanna. From Jindal School of Environment and Sustainability, Best Academic Achiever Award, Trisha Banerjee, Lavanya Nilesh Rathi. Mihka Chaturvedi. Best Researcher Award, Jishant, Amar Davar. And Best Leadership Award goes to Jishant. Let's give them a huge round of applause. From Jindal School of Languages and Literature, Award for Academic Excellence, Nitya Arora and Shania Sequeira. Excellence in Creative Writing, Olivia Ghosh. Certificate of Appreciation, Cultural Contribution, Tanisha Kaur. Certificate of Appreciation, Social Media and Marketing, Maria Yusuf Khasamwala and Tenzing Chiaoyang. Moving on to Jindal School of Public Health and Human Development, Outstanding Academic Performance, Diksha Tiwari. Best Student Researcher, Atul Shenge, Divyanati Dubey. Best Student Leadership, Diksha Tiwari, Atul Shenge. Certificate of Appreciation, Outstanding Contribution to Cultural Activities, Alok Bhoi, Diana Kemprai, and Safarina FM. From Jindal School of Government and Public Policy, Best Student Researcher, Mithil Agarwal, Divyanshi Sharda. Outstanding Academic Performance, Abhilasha Ravi. Best Society Contribution, Artaniti. Best Cultural Representative for Art, Dance, and Music Enthusiasts, Lavanya Mehra. Outstanding Performance in Sports, Akira Joshi. Best Student Initiative, Non-Academic, Doda Teja Adarsh. Best Student Leadership Award, Manasa Kashi. Best All-Rounder Student, Doda Teja Adarsh. Moving on to the Jindal Institute of Behavioral Sciences, Best Teaching Assistant, Ananya Walia. Best Student Researcher, Ishika Singhal. Give them a huge round of applause. Best Promising Student Initiative, Psych Digest, Student E-Magazine of JIBS. Best Media Ambassador, Ananya Nair and Gauri Sehgal. Outstanding Academic Performance, Sanskriti Sinha. Spirit of JIBS, Hanan Zafar. Best PhD Student, Samiksha Das. Senior Research Fellow, JIBS. Best Alumni, Rita Iorbo, former JIBS Doctoral Scholar. And Outstanding Creativity, Tasneem Zahra, Management Trainee, and Naishma Ar, Management Trainee. Give them a huge round of applause. Moving on to the Jindal School of Banking and Finance, Spirit of JSBF Male, Joan Priyan Roy. Spirit of JSBF Female, Mansi Pandey. Best Student Researcher, Mitali Tripathi. Best Student Leader, Harpreet Kaur Gill. Best Student Entrepreneur, Soumya Dhingra. Outstanding Contribution to Institution Building, S.S. Rajagopal. Outstanding Contribution to Co-Curricular Activities, Harshad Gautam. Outstanding Contribution to Enhancing International Presence, Manav Dahia. Outstanding Contribution to Enhancing Industry Presence, Shreya Power. Excellence in Academic Curiosity, Commerce and Finance, Mahek Saket Shah. Excellence in Academic Curiosity, FinTech, Shashank Shenoy. Excellence in Volunteering and Social Activism, Siddhan Mathur. Excellence in Professional Communication, Rajivi Suresh Kamath. Moving on to the Jindal Global Law School, Best Student Researcher, Aryan Tulsian. Let's give them a huge round of applause. Best Leader, Saurat Samrat and Kevin Alexander. Best Motor Researcher, Amir Kapadia. Best Motor Speaker, Saksham Gadia. Best Motor Overall, Yajash Achal. Best Debater Speaker, Keshav Navlati Shankar. Outstanding participation in national and international moot court competitions, Keshav Menon. Best Dispute Resolver, Kevin Kimi Alexander. Community Engagement Award, Sophia Dash. Best Contribution to Institutional Building, Aditi Rajesh. Best Society Coordinator, Tarasha Gupta. Outstanding Performance in Client Counseling, Savi Singhal. The Green Beret, Outstanding Contribution to the Environment, Pracheta Rathore. Student Impact Award, Extraordinary Contributor for School Activities without holding any office, Tanvi Agrawal. Most Promising New Student Initiative, Legal Incubation Center. Most Active Society, The Final Stand. Most Accomplished Society, Alternative Dispute Resolution Society. From Jindal School of Journalism and Communication, Leadership Award, Dishari Saha. Contribution to the JSJC community, Moksh Dhand. Contribution to the cultural life of JSJC, Vidhi Santosh Mehta. Notable radio production skills, Sheikha Mariam Sam. Notable television production skills, Anchal Podhar and Kritika Pant. Notable journalistic writing skills, Sanika Singh. Notable research skills, Shreya Saxena and Muskan Kaur. Innovative journalism practice, Reet Kaur Sahni and Vartika Singh. Noteworthy contribution and leadership for JSJC Radio, Siddhartha Pillai. Promising director, Sania Anand. Promising cinematographer, Agastya Ahirwal. Promising editor, Mahek Dameja. Promising sound recordist, Aish Ratnakar. Best teamwork in a film, Shivika Gulati. And JSJC Student of the Year, Rahul Pugarendi and Kritika Pan. Give them a huge round of applause. Moving on to Jindal School of Art and Architecture, Most Promising Student Entrepreneur, Ishita Mittal, Aishi Gupta. Outstanding Student Contributor to Institution Building at JSAA, Anamika Sarkar, Tarun CM, Yash Dahia, Raya Jaiswal, Anurag Jauhari, Anam Khalidwani, Ananya Agrawal, Aryan Arora, VL Nikhil Reddy, Ishita Mittal, H. Mani Chandraprabha, Manas Kumar Konsam, Ishika Uday, Tanvi Verma Indukuri, and Shan Meri Saji. Best Spokesperson, Karishma Patidar and Aryan Arora. JSA Good Samaritan, Adya Sharma. Most Promising Extracurricular Student Initiative, Kuhu Boha and Sohana Sarkar. Chavi Gupta, Shreyas Dharmrajan Iyer and Manu Karnawat. Give them a huge round of applause. Most Promising Co-Curricular Student Initiative, Avika A. Jalan, Suhani A. Modi, Ami Jain. 100% attendance, Jia Intrani Kapoor. Let's call for a standing ovation for 100% attendee, Jia Intrani Kapoor. Most Innovative Social Media Manager, Pia Lazarus and Meher Sohel. Certificate of Appreciation, Election Commission, Anamika Sarkar, Aditya Singh, Anurag Johari, Divyam Jain, and Yash Dahia. Certificate for Student Council, Leena Shriya Nadella, Pia Lazarus, Rashi Garg, Kuhu Bora, and Trisha Karki. Thank you. I'd now request Devashi to take over. Congratulations to all the winners.
Thank you so much, Mahaya. My name is Devshi. Let's now move on to the Jindal School of Psychology and Counseling. Starting off, the Best Leader Award goes to Suhani Manektala, Rania R. Kaur, Avardhan L. and Nilwala Sarkar. The Best Speaker Award goes to Ayushi Minocha, Bani Khurana, Anjali Raghave, and Anya Aswin. The Best Psychology Initiative Award goes to Khushi Nigam, Ria Abraham, Palak Surana, Parina Arora, Archie Gupta, and Arya K. Pandey. The Best Cultural Contribution Award goes to Shrishti Barua, Priyanka Saharia, Jananidhi Radhakrishnan, Swati Shreya. The Most Creative Award goes to Tamanna, Jaspreet Kaur Grewal, Vanshika Bhulaka, Udita Bhardwaj. Please give them a huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. The Outstanding Academic Performance Award goes to Bhavya Sharma, Dhruv Agarwal, Arushi Potdar, and Manya Panwar. The Spirit of JSPC Male Award goes to Rananjay Pratap Singh, Samar Mer, Yashash Subhatia, and Abhinav Neelakanthan. The Spirit of JSPC Female Award goes to Anshuta Bardhan Singh, Pari Kashyap Nancy, Sarmishtha Bhardwaj, Jayashree Nayak. The All-Rounder Award goes to Samriddhi Singh Rathore, Shravan, Yashmin Goyal, and Kanika Agarwal. Congratulations to all of you. Moving on, now let's move on to the Jindal Global Business School awardees. The Best Student Researcher in Part-Time PhD Award goes to Hemant Kaur and Vaibhav Sharma. The Best Alumnus goes to Abhilash Sharma. The Best Club Coordinator goes to Karanveer Bhatt. The Most Active Club Award goes to the Entrepreneurship Club. The Best Contribution to Institution Building Award goes to Aditi Jain. The Best Leadership Award in the female category goes to Inayat Garg, Mahika Jain, Diya Garg, Rashi, and Ahona Poddar. The Best Leadership Award in the male category goes to Ujjwal Sandeep Thekriwal, Britan Singh, Devansh Goyal, Harshit Gupta, and Veer Bhandari. The Certificate for Appreciation for Peer Support and Voluntary Contribution goes to Gauri A.K., Nandini Mittal, Dhamsaina Sham Gautam Bhai, Purvi Bansal. The Certificate of Appreciation for Communication and Outreach goes to Aryan Singhal, Shreyansh Jain, Dhruv Agarwal, Vedant Swaroop, and Jennifer Goldsmith. Outstanding Contribution to Cultural Activities Award goes to Abhijot Singh Sudan. The Best Student Entrepreneur Award goes to Niti Phatarphekar. The Spirit of JGBS Most Competitive Business Leadership Award goes to Yuvir Bagai. The Best All-Rounder Student in the Male Category Award goes to Mumbadi Jagdesh Kumar Reddy, Pratham Jain, Shamik Nagar, Ritvik Gauri, Vinay Chandnak, Prakhar Garg, and Adit Goenka. The Best All-Rounder Student in the Female Category goes to Archie Agarwal, Anushka Goyal, Ganti Siri Chandana, Tanushree Makena, Bhavya Singh, Sona Sharma, and Sanchali Antal. The Best Course Coordinator Award goes to Devanshi, Aditi Agarwal, Dakshil Bhatt, Aryan Puri, Janvi Tyagi, Devyani Gupta, Madhuri HR, and Muskan Avasthi. Congratulations to all of you. Now, moving on to the Jindal School of Liberal Arts and Humanities. The Best Student Researcher Award goes to Cherin G. Varghese and Avanti Sabur. The Best Leadership Award goes to Aryan Vipul Panchal, Joanne Susan Wilson. The Best All-Rounder Award goes to Isha Agarwal and Garimela Karthik. The Spirit of JSLH Award goes to Spandana Bura and Manan Singh. The Most Creative Award goes to Khushi Mahunta, Pranavi Billa, Kashish Dutt. The Distinguished Service Award goes to Ritika Modi and Naman Jain. The Certificate of Appreciation for the Student Grievance Resolution Cell Award goes to Aryan Vipul Panchal, Cherengi Varghese, Ishani Datta, Ritika Narayan, Bidishananda Das, Manya Sandeep Shetty, Riya Agarwal, Shreya Jain, Shruti Jayan Chandran, Vaishali Kumar, Kunjan Kaushik Bhai Choksi, Shraddha Moore, Siddhi Basin, Kushi Mahunta, Vidhi Khadaria, Gunika Arya, Gungun Jain, Tarini Kohli, and Suhani Taneja. Congratulations to all of you. The Certificate of Appreciation for Student Council Award goes to Isha Agarwal, Ritika Modi. The Certificate of Appreciation for Class Representative for Student Council Award goes to Vidhi Khadaria, Akash Ravindra Nobade, Kaustubh Pandey, Nora Sandeep Verma, Kunjan Kaushik Bhai Choksi, Sia Kapoor, Shrishti Sumit Rathi, Manandeep Singh, Naman Jain, Joanne Susan Wilson, Garimela Karthik, Tarini Kohli, and Kea Chetan Hiramat. Congratulations. The Certificate of Appreciation for Peer Tutor Award goes to Vidhi Khadaria, Nandana Ramesh, Ananya Mimani, Sanat Agarwal. The Certificate of Appreciation for the Head Tutor Award goes to Aryan Vipul Panchal, Certificate of Appreciation Student Academic Committee, Aryan Vipul Panchal, Arav Bhatiani, Manya Kumar. The Student Career Representative for the Office of Career Services Award goes to Anya Mimani, Anushka Goyal, Shreya Jain, Siddhi Basin, Anandi Mukherjee, Avanti Sarvoor, Garimela Karthik, and Manan Singh. Congratulations to all of the awardees. Now moving on, I would like to invite Moksh.
Thank you, Devashi. We now move on to the award recipients from the Jindal School of International Affairs, starting with the category of Student Research Awards, which have been won by Riya Nair, Kanak Mohile, Sarthak Mukherjee, Priyanka Mohanty, Sneha Surendran, Vartika Sharma, Nandini Bhatnagar. Rishabh Sachdeva, Krishangi Kathotia, Vanshika Sirohi, Ashutosh Kumar, Sirat Arora, Khwaish Pratik Agarwal, Yugam Chawla, S. Shailesh, Aditi Hani Namane, Anaya, Shatakshi Tyagi, Uttara Iyer, Aditya Mohan, Noor Nisar Trambu, Masha Tokas, and Rakshit Shetty. May we have a huge round of applause for them. Next we have the Best JSI Ambassador. We have Ashutosh Kumar, Yugam Chawla, Kanak Mohile, Aryan Gupta, Joel Mogra, Uttara Iyer, Shatakshi Tyagi, Divyashri Jha, S. Shailesh, Aditi Hani Numane, Krishangi Kathotia, and Rakshit Shetty. Next up, the Best Student Leadership. We have Yugam Chawla, Kanak Mohile, Aryan Gupta, Ishita Chakrabarti, Krishangi Kathotia, Asvika Prakash, Uttara Iyer, Shatakshi Tyagi, Aditya Mohan, Anusha Sinha, and Shreyanshi Sikaria. The Spirit of JSI. We have Vartika Sharma, Navya Ahuja, Gauri Vijay Kuloli, Vedika Karnik, and Anusha Sinha. Best Contributor to OCS of JSI Placements and Internships, we have Krishangi Kathotia, Ipsita Das, Guneet Sani, Uttara Iyer, and Samriddhi S. The Best Contribution to Institution Building, we have Joel Mogra, Rehet Bains, Shrishti Mehta, Vartika Sharma, Nikita Anand, Sneha Surendran, Nandini Bhatnagar, Mehek Johari, Vanshika Sirohi, Sarthak Mukherjee, Sai Priya Banot, Divyashri Jha, Adi Roy, Ishita Chakrabarti, and Suhani Jaggi. The Best Student-Led Initiatives. We have Meher Arora, Larina Mahajan, Siddhant Kilpadi, Shehan Sani, Divyashri Jha, Noor Nisar Trambu, Asvika Prakash, Navya Ahuja, Samriddhi S, Navodaya Divyala, Minakshi Nair, Sujal Shah, Uttara Iyer, Aryan Gupta, Lathika V, Gauravi Bhajanka, and Ravi Rawat. JSI Best International Student. We have Arogya Mohan Kaple and Riya Nair. The Best All-Rounder, Kanak Mohile, Mehek Johari, Riya Nair, Sarthak Mukherjee, Satya Vignesh Marivada, Gauri Vijay Kololi, Tanisha Kohli, Aryan Gupta, Uttara Iyer, Yugam Chawla, Shatakshi Tyagi, Rakshit Shetty, and Joel Mogra. The JSI Social Media Impact. we have Larina Mahajan, Rishabh Sachdeva, Vedika Karnik, Siddhant Kilpadi, Divya Shri Jha, Yugam Chawla, Joel Mogra, and Gauravi Bhajanka. The best alumni, Mokshda Jairath, Archita Goyal, S. Megha, Yukti Panwar, Rajarshi Nath, Ishani Sharma, Abon Guptu, Deepika Man. The best student publication award, these goes to Kanak Mohile, Mehek Johari, Jayendra Singh, Akarsh Kumar Bajpai, Aditi Haninamane, Shagun Thapriyal, Rishabh Sachdeva, Rehat Bains, Akhil Khatri, Niharika Godara, Shrishti Mehta, Tanveer Malik, Khwaish Pratik Agarwal, Aryan Gupta, Anurag Sharma, Vishal Chaudhary, Ojus Sharma, Noor Nisar Trambu, Rakshit Shetty, and Gauravi Bhajanka. May I request everyone to please be seated? We move on to the award for the best debater. We have Kanak Mohile, Yugam Chawla, Ishita Chakrabarti, Jaskirat Gujral, Siddhant Sinha, Minakshi Ramesh, and Ramanan Malika. Outstanding academic performance. The recipients are Sneha Surendran, Meher Arora, Ananya Purohit, Vanshika Sirohi, Harshita Mahajan, Mehek Johari, Reshma K, Jayendra Singh, S. Shailesh, Latika V, Aryan Gupta, Shreyanshi Sikaria, Suhani Jaggi, Renuka Srikumar, Anvesh Satapathy, Satya Vignesh Marivada, Ishita Chakrabarti, Anish Paranjape, Asvika Prakash, Bhaskar Jha, Pratik Roy, Tanish Srivastava, Aditya Mohan. Let's give them a huge round of applause. With this, we come to an end of the school-wise awards. We will now be inviting on stage the batch rank holders across all schools. I request Sarsana Kapoor to take over.
Thank you, Moksh. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sarsana Kapoor, and I'm pleased to invite on stage the batch rank holders across all schools. We will be beginning with the Jindal Institute of Behavioral Sciences 2022 batch, MA MSc Applied Psychology. First position, Sanskriti Sinha. Second position, Asinder Kaur. Third position, Ishita Gupta. From the Jindal Institute of Language and Literature 2022 batch, BA Honours English. First position is shared by Nitya Arora and Shania Sekra. Second position, Tanishka Kaur. Third position, Shambhavi Puroji. Can we have a huge round of applause for them? From the Jindal Institute of Public Health and Human Development, 2022 batch, Masters in Public Health. First position, Deeksha Tiwari. Second position, Atul Shenghe. Third position is shared by Diana Kampre and Rishika Deshmukh. From the Jindal School of Psychology and Counseling, Dhruv Agarwal, Samriti Bhardwaj, Manya Panwar, Anya Aswin, and Arushi Poddar have secured the first position. Second position, Bhavya Sharma and Manasvi Goyal. Third position, Ayushi Mochadar and Devyanshi Shrivastava. Jindal School of Environment and Sustainability. BA Honours Environmental Studies, first position, Trisha Banerjee. Second position, Diti Shrotai. Third position, Vedha Sharma. BA Honours Environment and Sustainable Development, first position, Mihika Chaturvedi. Second position, Dhwani Mohe. Third position, Anika Doha. BSc Honours Environment and Sustainable Development, first position, Pradeep Kaur. Second position, Lavanya Rathi. Third position, Manat Shankala. Can we have a huge round of applause for them? From the Jindal School of Journalism and Communication, BA Honours Journalism and Mass Media for the batch of 2022. First position, Shreya. Second position, Muskan Kaur. Third position, Moksh Dhand. BA Honors, Film and New Media, batch of 2022. First position, Rahul. Second position, Sanya Anand. Third position, Agastya Agarwal. BA Honors, Journalism and Mass Media Studies, batch of 2021. First position, Tushar Singh. Second position, Kritika Pant. And third position, Reet Kaur. Let's give them a huge round of applause. From the Jindal School of Liberal Arts and Humanities, BA Honors, Liberal Arts and Humanities, batch of 2021, first position, Isha Agarwal. Second position, Nandana Ramesh. Third position, Arya Vipul. From the batch of 2022, first position, Kashish Dutt. Second position is shared by Aman Surel and Prakhar Jat. Third position, Yashashvi Sachdeva. BA Honors in Sociology, batch of 2022, first position, Pola Bhattacharjee. Second position, Shubhangi Ahuja. Third position, Tarini Kohli. Bachelors of Fine Arts, batch of 2021, first position, Avril Dias. Second position, Nora Varma. Third position, Haswini Jain. Bachelors of Fine Arts Honors, batch of 2022, first position is shared by Kanya and Sohani Taneja. Second position, Khushi Mittal. Third position, Devisha Maheshwari. Moving on to the Jindal School of International Affairs. Batch of 2021, BA Honors Pol Science, first position, Ashwesh Satapathy. Second position, Satya Vignesh. Third position, Ishita Chakrabarti. Batch of 2022, first position, Anish. Second position, Asvishka Prakash. Third position, Bhaskar Jha. BA Honors Global Affairs, batch of 2021. First position goes to S. Salesh. Second position, Latya V. Third position, Aryan Gupta. BA Honors Global Affairs, batch of 2022. First position, Shreyanshi. Second position, Sohani. Third position, Renuka Srikumar. BA Honors Diplomacy and Foreign Policy, batch of 2022. First position, Pratik Roy. Second position, Tanya Srivastav. Third position, Aditya Mohan. MA Diplomacy, Law and Business, batch of 2022. First position, Sneha Sundaran. Second position, Meher Arora. Third position, Ananya Purohit. From the Jindal School of Government and Public Policy, BA Honors Economics, batch of 2021. First position, Abhilasha Ravi. Second position is shared between Manas Akashi and Sneha. Third position is shared by Ananta Krishnan and Lavanya Mehra. BA Honors Economics for the batch of 2022. First position, Jeel Doshi. Second position, Rohan Saji. Third position, Abhisar Gupta. BA Honors Social Science and Policy, batch of 2021. First position, Dora Adarsh. Second position, Devyanshi Sharda. Third position, Nandini Singh. BA Honors Social Science and Policy, batch of 2022. First position, Lakshya Krishnan. Second position, Anishka Thakurai. Third position, Nalin Khair. MA Economics, batch of 2022. First position, Richa Jha. Second position, Avni Goyal. Third position, Aishwarya Mahesh. MA Public Policy, batch of 2022. First position, Aditi Hari. Second position, Ritika Sen. Third position, Shilpa Santosh. Can we have a huge round of applause for them? From the School of Banking and Finance, BA Honors Finance and Entrepreneurship, batch of 2021. First position, Alaya Sabarwal. Second position, Siddharth Mathur. Third position, Prajit Alor. Batch of 2022. First position, Mehak Shah. Second position, Divyam Gautam. Third position, John Roy. May I request the House to be seated? BCom Honors, batch of 2021. First position, Saisha Ablor. Second position, Ananya Jain. Third position, Banita Gupta. Batch of 2022. First position, Anish Gopinath. Second position, Priyanka Pani D. Third position, Dia Menon. Global BCom Honors Batch of 2022. First position, Shreya Tyal. Second position, Benita Chawla. Third position, Rajvi Kamath. BCom Honors Capital Markets Batch of 2022. First position, Arel Naik. Second position, P. Shukla. Third position, Shraddha Datta. MSc Finance Batch of 2022. First position, Manav. Second position, Aryan Bhanot. Third position, Nikhil June. Can we have a huge round of applause for them? From the Jindal School of Arts and Architectures, Bachelors of Architecture for the batch of 2019. First position, Riya Jaiswal. Second position, Saksham Khetwan. Third position, Ishita Mittal. Batch of 2020. First position, Aryan Arora. Second position, Yash Dhyani. Third position, Ayushi Gupta. Batch of 2021. First position, Anurag. Second position, Divyam Jain. Third position, Abita A. Batch of 2022. First position, Saumed. Second position, Sanya Agarwal. Third position, Shreya Sayyar. For the Bachelors of Design, batch of 2020. First position, Kirandeep Kaur. Second position, Ojaswini Oja. Third position, Vivek. From the batch of 2021, first position, Meenakshi V. Second position, Vansh Shah. Third position, Rashi Garg. From the batch of 2022, first position, Venutna Sati. Second position, Sagrika. Third position, Ami Jain.
Students, may I request you to please be seated. I know there's a lot of excitement and we are getting lots of awards, but let's cheer on our batchmates, but keep seated while we do that, and let's ensure the decorum of the room as well. Thank you.
We now move on to the Jindal Global Business School. From the batch of 2020 BBA Honors, Arushi Gupta, Divya Mehlotra, Harshit Jaiswal Jindal, Merin Jo, and Pranav Chaudhary have secured the first position. BLLB batch of 2021, Aishwarya RP, Akshat Agarwal, and Sanchita Thakur have secured the first position. BBA Honors, Business Analytics, batch of 2021, Naudi has secured the first position. Second position, Sanagaba. Third position, Karthik Goyal. BBA Honors, Family Business, batch of 2021. First position, Adit Goenka. Third position, Sarthak Agarwal. BBA Honors, Financial Markets, batch of 2021. First position, Aryan Kohli. Second position, Varshin. Third position, Yana Sharma. Third position, Aditya Gupta. Third position, Satvik Salveen. BBA Honors, batch of 2022. First position, Jagdesh Kumar Reddy. Second position, Shivani. Third position, Archie Agarwal. Third position, Nadia Reddy. Third position, Niharika Devan. First position, BBA Honors Business Analytics, batch of 2022, Kriti Nasa. Second position, Ansh Bansal. First position for BBA Honors Family Business, Prakhar Garg, Ishan Yadav. Third position, Yuvraj Dheer. Integrated BBA Honors and MBA batch of 2018. First position, Simran Khera. Third position, Tanvi. Batch of 2019, Integrated BBA Honors and MBA. First position, Mana Talang. Second position, Aryan Puri. Third position, Aditya Baki. Batch of 2020. Batch of 2020, Integrated BBA Honors and MBA. First position, Ritvik Gauri. Second position, Janvi Tyagi. Third First position for the batch of 2021, Neeti. First position, Nanu. Third position, Gaurav Patel. Third position, Panaga A. Kumar. Third position, Tanvi Prakash. Batch of 2022, first position, Himakshi Kohli. Second position, Meghna Singh. Third position, Gayatri. Now we move on to the MBA. Batch of 2021, first position, Arpit Malik. First position, Garvit Garover. Second position, Manmohan Singh. Third position, Ritika from the batch of 2022. I now invite Devashi to invite the Jindal Global Law School batch rank holders.
Thank you so much, Seher. Now we will be moving on to the last school, which is Jindal Global Business School. I would request all of the batch rank holders, Jindal Global Law School. My apologies. Also wanted to make a quick announcement. All of you will be getting your respective certificates and awards after the ceremony. We request you to be patient. All right, starting off with the 2022 batch of BA Honours in Criminology and Criminal Justice. The first rank holder is Radhika Sehgal. Position 2, Radhika Garg. Position 3, Sambhav Surana. From the batch of 2020 in BA LLB Honours, we have Siddhant Verma and Kashish Gupta holding the first position, Smriti Bhuttada and Mayank Jain in the second position, Nivriti Kailash Kumar at the third position. For the batch of 2021 BA LLB Honours, we have Vaneet Kumar, Ananya Bhargava, Saroni Mandhania, Tanushri Gupta, Ananya Chatterjee at the first position, Shubhan Seth for the second position, Tarasha Gupta, Abhishri Mardha, and Tejas Veer Singh along with Ritesh Kumar Reddy for the third position. For the batch of 2022 BA LLB Honours, the first position is acquired by Abhu Nirek, Nidhi Venkatesh Kaushik, Kaushali D. Shah. The rank number 2 is occupied by Kushali D. Shah, Sakshi and Apala. For the batch of 2019 BA LLB Honours, we have Ridhima Gupta at position number 1, Pankuri Gupta, Rishita Khandelwal at rank number 2, Shubh Sahai for rank number 3. For the batch of 2021 BALS, we have Jasman Kaur and Shaurya Singh at position number 1, Shriya Rajiv Mahajan for position number 2 and Bhavil Bansal for position number 3. For the 2022 batch of BALS, we have Neha Yadav at position 1, Amritesh Unni at second position and Anushka Mohan at the third position. For the batch of 2019 BBA LLB Honours, we have Mayank Agarwal at first position, Arnab Doshi on second position and Kush Taneja at the third position along with Santoshi Pida. For the batch of 2020 for BBA LLB, we have Neelima Hande at first position, Anya Batra, second position, Raghav Khetan, Tejas Venkatesh for the third position. For the 2021 batch of BBA LLB Honours, we have Tarun Natranjan and Garima Jalan at rank number 1, Keshav Menon and Vanshika Gupta along with Kajal for rank number 2. We also have Pranav Chaudhary, Anvita Saikuduri, Bhuvana Katakam, and Dhruv Upadhyay along with Tarushi Kapoor and Abhay Michael with Mansi Talwar for rank number 3. Congratulations to everybody. For the batch of 2022 BA LLB Honours, we have Nitya Nair, Vanya Duggal at position number 1, Arav Goel at position number 2, Pranav Rai and Mohit Kumar at rank 3. For the batch of 2021 BCom LLB Honours, we have Janvi Singhal at rank 1, Anushka Singhal, Soumya Saraf, Anushka Mathur, Srivardhan Dalmia, Varun Vishwanathan, Raghav Gupta and Sangya Parak along with Mandha Vishnu Reddy. Let's give them a huge round of applause, everybody. for the batch of 2022 for BCom LLB honors. At the first position, we have Sanjana. Second position, Astha, along with Dhruv and Keshav. At the third position, we have Chanakya. For the batch of 2022 for the Bachelors of Law LLB, we have Amisha Singh at first position, Sudeshna Sahu second position, Akash Ajit Kumar, along with Venkatesh Gopalan and Anisha Sharma at the third position. Lastly, for the batch of 2021 Bachelors of Law LLB, we have Devika Garg and Yoshita Sood at rank number 1, Ishani Mukherjee and Raghu Agarwal at rank number 2, and Ronak Gupta, rank number 3. Congratulations, everybody. With this, we are officially done with calling out all of your respective names. Congratulations to everybody.
Many congratulations, everyone, to all the students who've done excellent work and won all the awards this year. May I request everyone to please be seated? We are almost concluding today's celebration. I request you to please be seated. Thank you. Thank you for your cooperation and your patience. Congratulations, everyone. As we conclude this wonderful event, I invite Professor Dabiru Sridhar Patnaik, Registrar, OP Jindal Global University, to please present the concluding remarks.
I just want to say that this is just a trial run for the convocation where we are supposed to stand for 5 hours. So this is just for you to prepare yourself how the convocation can look like. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Raj. Thank you, Surabhi. First of all, congratulations to all the awardees and in particular to the members of the university community on the eve of the 14th anniversary. I know that you're all excited, all of us are, but I'm just going to keep it so very short. As the Vice Chancellor and few other faculty colleagues remarked at the very outset, many years ago it was thought that a university of this nature and scale was simply nothing but a pipe dream, but it became possible due to the singular efforts of the Vice Chancellor and, of course, the benefaction of the Chancellor, the trust of all the stakeholders, in particular the parents, guardians, and students, and also the government and the regulatory bodies. So our deepest sense of appreciation and gratitude to all the members of the university community and even to the stakeholders for the trust over the years. And we are also very grateful to our distinguished guests this morning, starting with Mr. Balan, who inaugurated the Institute for Higher Education Research and Development, and then followed by Professor Mehta and Professor Pankaj Mittal for their thoughtful remarks on what ought to be the role of a university and what ought to be the role of knowledge speakers, which includes both students and faculty members. We are so very inspired by the speeches, and that only sets our path ahead to do well and to do more. And we are also so grateful to them for taking time out to be here this morning. I also take this moment to sincerely thank all the faculty members, the deans for their leadership, and in particular the administrative staff members for their tireless efforts in ensuring the operations of the university in all its entirety. Last but not the least, we are grateful to all the students and the student council members for their contributions to the university and for being valued members of this particular university community. We have a long way to go, but nonetheless, we will keep our zeal and mission on to realize the continued mission of the OP Jindal Global University. Last but not the least, before I conclude, I would like to thank Team JGU for their efforts in making this event a possibility, and congratulations to each one of you once again. Thank you so much. The event has concluded, and congratulations once again on an eventful 14th anniversary of the OP Jindal Global University, and the journey continues. Thank you so much.